Hey guys, how you doing? This is Guan U007, also known as Lavelle of War. How have you guys been doing today? I know. I haven't been back for quite some time, and that's because work and personal life basically takes a lot of my time. But there is two things I want to speak on, and I'm going to speak on one of them, and then, of course, explain why I sort of dislike what's happening in the YouTube community. But beforehand, I want to say thank God YouTube is actually reducing the money that is paid out to people. Now, we can actually get to see if these people are genuine or they're just doing it for the money. And in one case particular, I want to talk about somebody, frankly, Miss Laci Green. Now, we all know Laci Green as a very big proponent of feminism and all types of hugs and feels and whatnot. And I've held this video back for quite some time because I wanted to speak about it. And I want to speak about this crazy change within Laci. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this.
Survivors. I don't think that there is.
I disagree. I fully disagree. I'm not saying like all the time, uniformly, just like all the time, everyone hates them and nobody believes them. I'm not saying that's how it is. There's nuance, right? But in general, outside of the spheres of people who are pretty...
I find that weird because how the hell would I hate a rape victim? That doesn't make sense. What nuance? See, I hate when people use words they don't understand. At least if I do use a word, I try to get at least some meaning to it. How would anybody normally hate a rape victim? We're talking real victims of rape, not the fucking Rolling Stones bullshit, of course. But let's continue.
Engaged in this conversation, I would say people tend to be like, I'm not sure, but particularly in certain situations, right? Where maybe the survivor is not like a sympathetic, perfect victim, right? Maybe they were drunk, or the whole "what were you wearing" question, like things that make people doubt whether or not it was real or legitimate, things like that. Those shape people's responses, and that's a real thing that happens. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about what you're talking about. Let's talk about all of it. Just not...
Now, you heard her, right? Now, you took in everything she just said, so let's go ahead and continue.
My bottom line feeling on this is an incredible amount of concern for people who have had their bodies violated in really violent, terrible ways. And we have to be careful about that, because that happens far more often. It's far bigger of a problem. Our responses to it are not proportional or empathetic as they need to be, and I think that should change.
I agree with that. I think that society does take rape extremely seriously.
What experience do you have with this though? Like, I've traveled the world talking about this stuff. Like, where is it? Just like you're talking about the media, like a couple of friends?
No. I was a victim at 18. I was a victim at 18.
Okay, that's fine, but you're talking about anecdotes.
Actually, no. If you're a rape victim, as Blair Wright just clearly said, she's a rape victim, and she was raped at 18. How is that anecdote? How is that anecdote? That's a good deflection. That is one hell of a deflection. No, you're talking about anecdotal. No, she's not. She's actually talking about her own experience as being a rape victim. And as you said, we need to not accost the rape victims. We need to find out exactly what happened. So what Laci is not doing is she's not finding out what happened to Blair. And personally, I don't think she now, this is just my personal view on Laci. I don't think she gives a shit about what the fuck happens to Blair White, and it's probably because of two reasons. One, it's very widely known that feminists hate trans people. They hate them. They don't care which side of the spectrum the trans start from and end from. They hate them. They hate the trans women that go to men because they feel that they're traitors to the whole fucking ideology, and they hate the trans men who go to women because they feel that they are just trying to reap the benefits of being women. Now, that's true that they hate them, and that's true for why they hate them. So, as a staunch feminist protector, I call bullshit on her giving a shit about rape victims of any gender or trans at any point. And I call bullshit on her whole explanation when she completely debunks herself. Again, it's mental gymnastics that people like her, Miss Green, do to people like Blair, who they see as a twofold enemy. One, she's trans, or he's trans. I think it's a he transcends as she. And at some point, you can't even tell that was a she. Like, you really gotta look hard. But I'm not talking about that. And she was also a major proponent of Gamergate. And Laci Green is still friends with Anita Sarkeesian and Zoe Quinn, Movie Bob, and the rest of them, of course. Which means that instantly, it doesn't matter what the fuck Blair White says. She's going to still be against her. But what's funny to me is, I like the way she said, I've been all over the world and I talk about it. To me, that sounds like I've never experienced it, so I can tell Blair White that who experienced rape, fuck you. So what? You experienced it, but I'm still talking about it. I mean, I give her hand claps. Yeah, you're talking about rape and you're talking about how bad things are, but why are you like? I understand you didn't experience it. That's fine. You don't have to experience rape to know that rape is bad, but you're going around talking about it all over the world. I've never seen you in any college campus, but whatever. Blair White has been raped, and she knows that the system treats rapists like shit. I mean, this is America. We treat rapists like shit. When they even go into prison, they have to go into the PC, fucking personal protections and whatnot. They have to put themselves on suicide watch or go to the hole. Period. Because they will be killed. Hell, rapists have to click up and stay together. That's how bad it is in there. Because COs, corrections officers, don't give a fuck if they die. They're rapists. When they're on the out or the outside, people will literally go up and beat the shit out of a rapist. And it's doubly worse for child molesters. Fucking worse for child molesters. So, with that being said, Laci doesn't hold any fucking water, and shout out to Blair White for having this conversation. Now she has a lot of conversations with a lot of people, and I actually respect that, because that's exactly what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to try and have the dialogue open so we can actually hear the opposing argument and correct it, not like how Millennial Woes is doing, which is crazy. Oh, excuse me, not Millennial Woes. Roaming Millennial, who literally just opens her freaking stream and just lets shit fly and doesn't check it or doesn't fucking engage in the conversation and ask why. But whatever, right? But I find it funny that, and I mean this in the weirdest way, that this woman right here is this woman right here.
I'm stressed out because doing this outside, I feel so awkward. Like, all these people are staring at me, like my neighbors and these little kids outside, and if I say shit, they're probably gonna like come over and attack me with pitchforks or something. So I'd like everybody to take note of my dedication right now, because I'm leaving for San Francisco in an hour and I haven't even got my stuff together yet, and I'm sitting here making this video instead of doing that. So when I heard Johnny's question, I immediately thought of the one thing that I've done that I should feel guilty about, but I absolutely do not at all. My last 4 boyfriends, including the guy that I dated for 3 years, have all been a product of a little bit of homeworking.
Homeworking. All right. Hood terms of homeworking. That's a thought that clearly knows that you're in a relationship, but that basically goes at you anyway. Basically, she sees the ring on your hand, and she tries to fuck you anyway. She's the type of woman that will literally leave panties, condoms, anything on the floor. I mean, I'm just giving you the hood perspective of this, per se. She is a slut by every degree, because not only does she know the person is in a relationship, she knows the person is there. She's baiting them to cheat, and she's leaving these little products so that the other person knows somebody's been there. Homeworking, in basic terms, would be home wrecking. So again, I find it weird that this woman is now this woman. I don't think she has enough experience to talk about rape. She does have enough experience to talk about being a slut. She does have enough experience to talk about slut shaming. But the word slut is meant to be shamed, just like the word gigolo is meant to shame men who are basically sluts. So, but whatever. Leave your comments down at the bottom and let me know what you think about this. I mean, I could care less. I don't really give a shit about the woman being a slut or not, but I don't know. It's weird just seeing a paradox of a person who was once a slut is now a staunch protector of female rights. To me, it sounds like you're a staunch protector of female supremacy, but that's just me. Anyway, this is Guan Yu 007 signing out. You guys take care.